I'm Joyce. I'm here with the Rise magazine. Today I am joined by the lovely Clare Ashley.
Hi Joyce.
Hello, thank you for coming. You're welcome. Could you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name's Clare Ashley. I'm in my mid-30s, mother of two, and I work in Goldman Sachs Investment Bank, and I'm a project manager, business analyst.
Wow. No pressure on you. So can you just share a little bit about your journey and how and why you chose to go into investment banking?
Yeah, sure. So I get asked this a lot, and I didn't actually, make the conscious choice to go into investment banking. I studied history at university because it's something I enjoy and love, and specifically, African, Caribbean history, Black American history. But when it was time to graduate and I started to look at the jobs that were available to me, I kind of decided that I didn't want to become a teacher, and I didn't necessarily want to go into politics or government. So I decided that I'd go to something that seemed to pay really well.
Yeah.
And that was actually working in IT. So I got a job in an IT company on the service help desk, just being the person that you called if you had any problems with your phone or your Outlook. I was the person that got shouted at. And then I just worked my way in various IT companies until I started working at the bank.
That's really inspiring. Wow. So we heard you recently got married. Congratulations on
you.
that. So as a mother and a wife, how do you adjust to managing the home life, kids, and working full time?
Organisation is key. I'm very strict with when it comes to work-life balance. I work, I like to get in early so I can leave early and spend time with the children. We're very organised as a family. We have a shared calendar. All the kids have access to the calendar, so what's happening on the weekend, what events we're doing, what school activities, and we lean on each other as a family. We pull together. The kids are a little bit older now, so they're able to help out with things as well. And my husband is great. Hi, Andrew. He's great. He's able to, he's really helpful around the house with the kids and so on. And I think also it's just making time, like I said, making time for the things that are important to you.
Yeah. So in your youth days, did you always have a plan of where you wanted to go and what you wanted to do?
No, absolutely not. So like I said, I did history. I studied what I loved, what I enjoyed. And I knew that I wanted to, I was fairly intelligent, so I should be able to get a decent job. But I had no idea at that stage. So I would say to anyone who's younger, not to be disheartened if you don't know exactly what you want to do. There is time. There are people that know, exactly what they want to do, and they're very focused. And sometimes in hindsight, I think, if I'd have done a computer science degree, maybe I'd be further up in the career ladder than I am. But at the same time, I wanted to do something I loved and I enjoyed.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel there is a lot of pressure on young people to kind of make their decisions as soon as they leave sixth form, and we don't always know what we want to do. So.
Exactly, and to be honest, I don't think I would have enjoyed doing a computer science degree, and I probably wouldn't have done well in it, and therefore come out with a bad degree and not get the job. Exactly. So don't feel too much pressure on that area.
So in this microwave generation, as they call it, a lot of young people want success now and very quickly. So could you just explain why it is important to prepare?
I saw this question and I thought it's quite controversial, because I actually admire a lot of the microwave generation, and that's mainly because I love the fact that they're so aspirational, they're confident, they know what they want. They want to do really, really well, and they believe they can, and I think that is something that we should do, and we should believe we do really well. I think when it was my turn, I was taught, you just go and get a good job, get your head down, do the work, you'll do well. But I think what you find now, especially as you get more senior, that attitude can be career limiting, in the sense that most of us as black people are seen as people that just get our head down and do the work, as opposed to leaders or people that network or have the right sponsors or can be that strategic thinker. So I would encourage anyone in that generation to keep those aspirations, still dream, still believe in yourself, and want to do well. The only thing I would say to counter that is that you can't just have great ideas and not have any work ethic. or perseverance or drive. You know, I hear people with great ideas, but if I ask you something about your idea, I expect you to know it in and out. I expect you to be the expert of something that you want to do. I expect you to know the details about it. You can't expect to just have a great idea and Richard Branson's going to knock on your door and say, hey, I heard you had a great idea, I want to sponsor you. There's a lot of work you need to put into it. But definitely don't give up on those dreams. I think that's really, really important.
So what kind of advice did you get when you were on your journey to pursuing your career?
To be honest, the advice I got wasn't really career specific. It was more just about get a stable career, get a good job, you know, like I said, get your head down, do the work. That's really important. I think one of the things that I was told by like the elders of my family and community was about just making sure I do better than like my parents and my grandparents, and I like to think of it as a sort of leapfrog analogy, but the fact that, you know, they gave me the opportunity to get to a certain point, and for my kids, that is exactly what I say to them. You know, being a VP at an American investment bank in your mid-30s, that's fine. Like, I'm proud of myself, but I want them to do over and above that. But also, you know, obviously being a nice person and being a good person and good, you know, a good person. But I think it's more about just making sure you try and do better in whatever it is you're interested in.
So, in the process of pursuing your career, what was your biggest fear?
I think it was just the fact that I was less confident. So you come into really professional arenas with people whose fathers were bankers, or you know, their family have done this. They're exposed to all of this environment, and I completely wasn't. So, you know, growing up in a state poorer area, I didn't have any of that. So I think I came in feeling that I wasn't good enough and not as confident as others. And I think also the challenge for me was that you just didn't see, in technology, you don't see many women, and that's because girls just typically don't study IT. You get like 20% of graduates for computer science are women, and definitely no black women. So I think it's improving now, and there are senior black women, MDs that are within firms. But I think confidence can be built as you build your knowledge. And now that I'm more senior, I manage people. I also help mentor other black women or black people within the firm, because I think it's important that everyone recognises we're on an equal footing, and we're just as capable as anybody else.
As a successful black woman working in an environment that is mainly male dominated, is there ever a level of intimidation, and how do you overcome that?
I don't think there's ever been over intimidation. I think you probably just feel intimidated because of the environment sometimes. So, I mean, in terms of being able to overcome that, for me, it was just making sure I know my stuff really, really well. If I know my stuff, I'm more confident. It was really important for me to network with other women, more senior women that have been through it, women that have children, women that don't. You know, we have quite a few black female managing directors from America, and I'd make sure I'd try and reach out to them whenever they came into the country. And those were the type of things I did to kind of get over that intimidation. And also just making sure that I do things like get up in front of audiences and present. It's something I hate doing, but it is one of the things that you need to be seen to be doing to be successful. So just push yourself, challenge yourself, get out of those boundaries and try and really get yourself in front of people.
Okay. So what are the challenges of being the vice president and project manager of a business analyst like Goldman Sachs?
I'd just say in any investment bank environment, it's high pressured. You have stringent deadlines. You have a lot of demands put on yourself. You work hard, so there's no question of that. But in a project management role, I think some of the challenges are just having to try and deliver a project where you have a team of people that don't necessarily work for you, and they have their day job, but you need to try and get them all working together to deliver your project, because it's your name that's out there, and it's, you know, the partners know that Clare Ashley is running this project, and so I need to get it done. So it's, it's really important to be influential. You've got to be likable. You've got to get people bought into your vision and into what you're trying to do, and hopefully then they'll work their hardest to get it done.
Exactly. So for a young person who's studying education, what advice would you give them to prepare them for the world of work?
I'd say, maybe a bit controversial, but I would say study something that you love. Try and do something that you have a passion about. Work hard at it, obviously. Make sure you are the expert. If this is something you really want to do, do it really, really well. In your studies or in your universities, be active. Be involved in networks. If it's church, if it's ACS or whatever, make sure that you're active in any communities and take on leadership roles. The more you challenge and push yourself to be leaders, the more leaders we'll see in our companies in the future. So I think just give yourselves all the opportunities you can while you can, and enjoy it.
What prepared you most for the world of work?
I don't think I was prepared very well, to be honest. I mean, like I said, it's more from family and working. I did part-time jobs. I did a little bit of stuff during university. I lost my father at a very young age, and for me, it was really important that I always knew that I had to work hard and I was going to have to do well. And part of it for me in the back of my mind is always I wanted to do well for my dad and kind of make him proud. So it's more of a personal journey for me, but I've always wanted to make sure that I did well and I was able to make him proud.
I think you have. You've done amazing.
Thank you.
So this is our final question. We ask this to all our guests. Tell us something about yourself that nobody else knows.
So I'm very proud to announce that I can do 28 press-ups.
28,
yeah.
Wow.
So 2 years ago I couldn't do one, so I'm very, very pleased with that. And my next goal is to try and do pull-ups.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't do one right now, so ask me in 2 years' time.
Thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you for having me.
Thank you.